Hey guys, how you doing out there? It is Joe and Darren with Urban Hillsides Real Estate, and this is our final topic of the week for 2023. And Darren, I'd say it's a positive one, right? A lot of times we're not always giving the best news to everybody, but this is hopeful, and this is hopefully the future for a lot of people and people that are having a tough time affording housing. So let's go ahead and get into it. Did you want to introduce it a bit? I know this is something that you're very passionate about, between government and real estate.
I am very passionate about it, and often I'm very angry about it
Yeah,
because I want people to get housed. I want people to have good places and safe places to live.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
struggle so deeply with the inefficiencies of government that prevents that from happening. So I'm excited about this and a good example of what can be done in an
Mm-hmm,
area of smaller scale government and
mm-hmm.
how they're attacking this. I've always been impressed with Pasadena's services for the middle and low income, and this is a fantastic example of it.
Well, this comes from KCAL, KCBS, local news stations here, sister stations. And as you said, it's talking about Pasadena, it's talking about micro units and how they are working with developers to bring new affordable housing options. So let's check it out.
It's taking downsizing to the extreme. Pasadena's newest affordable housing option is offering micro unit apartments, less than 300 square feet, in fact. KCAL's Amanda Starantino takes us inside one of the apartments in Pasadena's efforts to make housing affordable for everyone.
This is Armina Asif Saviri's new home.
Here is my bathroom.
The 37-year-old still settling into her new small space.
And right here is my closet.
The Pasadena Studios, Pasadena's newest affordable housing option, is only one-person max occupancy with about 250 square feet of living space per unit.
I have my kitchen.
Between rent, paying bills, and helping support her family financially, Asif Azari works 3 jobs.
It's just crazy. You gotta have several jobs to live in a one-bedroom place.
According to apartments.com, in November, the average rent in Pasadena is $2,200 a month. Tenants accepted to live here earn max $53,000 a year. Christian Hart is a managing member of Community Builders Group that built this project.
Income level will determine your rent. So at 30% of area median income, you're basically paying $700 in rent.
There are 180 units in this apartment complex, and along with the unit that you're leasing, you're also getting a ton of facilities here as well.
It is unheard of in Pasadena where rents are extremely high. So the city of Pasadena helped to create an entitlement pathway so that we could create a higher density product.
And this is just one project of many in the city of Pasadena working to help solve the housing crisis.
The housing crisis affects a large segment of our population and different subgroups in there. And so we are trying to provide housing that addresses many of these areas.
Bill Wong, Pasadena's housing director, showing us another affordable housing option in the works in Pasadena. This one for seniors on fixed incomes and the other for the homeless.
Housing costs in the marketplace go up, 5, 10, 15% a year. And there's no way that somebody on a fixed income can keep up with that.
Wong says more micro unit options are in the planning phases for the coming years as they keep an eye on how their first complex benefits the community.
I don't mind it right now. The change and get me on my feet and get me going into whatever my next chapter will be.
Reporting in Pasadena, Amanda Starantino, KCAL News.
Ever felt frustrated?
Oh, oh my God.
Yeah. What?
Oh, YouTube and those commercials. So yeah, what do you have to say about that, man?
Man, so I'm excited about this. First off, they're labeled micro units. They talk about how small they are. But look, man, you go into other big international metropolitan cities, 300 square feet. It's not unheard of. So let's get beyond that,
No,
Los Angeles.
no.
It's a space to live. You don't have to consume all
Yeah.
kinds of possessions to live in a bigger
Well,
space. And they've got all kinds of amenities there to
yeah.
entertain you.
Well,
Um,
it's funny, just two observations for me. It's like, when I go to IKEA, they always form these, this is whatever square feet. And I'm like, this feels all right. This feels pretty
sure.
good. And it's small space.
Right.
Yeah, I can totally. I think the other thing too you're reminding me of is we've mentioned this a couple of times where, gosh, the size of a kitchen is not really as much of an issue as maybe it used to be. Kind of similar thing, times change, people live differently.
Yes. Right. Most people don't have a dining room. They'll eat in their living room or at a little kitchen island. That's a substantially lesser used space these days. Or that becomes their office. That's also very common. So the other thing I love about this, and I think Pasadena is really good about this, is it being based on income. So there's an accountability component, man. This is what I hate about Los Angeles rent control. Somebody can earn $300,000 a year and have a $700 a month rent. That person should not be consuming that unit. So, your rent is based on a percentage. Now, that whole percentage of 1/3 of your income should go towards housing. That's been out of whack for 50 years, man. I'm sorry. It's just what it is. People who buy houses can qualify up to 50%. So let's at least use that number and see where it is. But look, if these are basing it on 1/3 and that's what you end up paying, well, then fantastic. These people have a chance to save, hopefully, a little money to be ready to move up if they partner up with someone they want to live together, or if their income starts rising and then they need to move on. I love that, I'm sure there's a transition phase, but I do love that they'll phase out of that. If they get to a point where they're earning more money, it should create room for somebody else to come in, man.
Absolutely.
They're doing it right. They have a lot more land in Pasadena. They have a lot of underdeveloped land in commercial corridors. But we can figure it out in LA, but we got to cut through the red tape and all the restrictions that government brings us in building.
I was going to say too, you're reminding me, Pasadena is a beautiful city. These people are not being ghettoized. They're living in a very nice community.
The lower income neighborhoods of Pasadena are substantially nicer than the lower income neighborhoods in Los Angeles. And I think that has to do with the government and their expectations and how they maintain the streets and their interaction and their services that they provide for the people that live in those communities. It's not like you go there and you're stuck. There seems to be substantially more opportunity for upward mobility because of the interaction with the city. So there are things LA can learn for sure from Pasadena.
All right. Well, I liked ending 2023 on that note. That was a good one. Darren, any holiday greetings you'd like to throw out there to the people?
Of course. We do all this stuff and we love delivering this information, but we're so thankful. I know I am super thankful for everybody who chooses to work with us, to listen to us, to let us be advisors for you. Always thankful and always available to those who want some information and want to work with us. So happy holidays to everyone.
Yeah, I second that. Guys, have a wonderful holiday, peaceful one, a loving one, and we'll see you in 2024. All right, take care. Be safe.
Bye.
Bye now.